Welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Narayan Rao Kovur. So, in this video, I am going to explain equilibrium price. What is the meaning of equilibrium price? How equilibrium price is determined, and what is market equilibrium and social efficiency? What is consumer surplus? What is producer surplus? First of all, equilibrium price. The equilibrium price is determined by the interaction of demand and supply. In other words, demand and supply to determine equilibrium price. At this price, both buyers and sellers are satisfied. So it is also called equilibrium price. It is also called market clearing price. It is also called market clearing price. So the determination of market price is the central theme of microeconomic analysis. Hence, microeconomic theory is also called price theory. This is the introduction to the equilibrium price. Why microeconomics is called price theory? The determination of market price is the central theme of microeconomic analysis. That is why microeconomics is known as microeconomic theory, is also called price theory. Equilibrium price is also called market clearing price, that is determined by interaction of the demand and supply. At this price, both buyers and sellers are satisfied. Next, this can be explained with the help of table and diagram. If we observe the equilibrium price, so price, quantity demanded, quantity supply, impact on price. Price decreases. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Price falls. What about quantity demand increases? There is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Demand curve slopes downwards from left to right. Next, price falls, quantity supply also falls. There is a positive relation between price and quantity supplied. Supply curve slopes upwards from left to right. If we observe this table, price falls, quantity demand rises, and quantity supply also falls. So, if the price is 4, quantity supply is more than quantity demanded. There is a competition among the sellers. So price decreases. Impact on price downward. If the price is 4, quantity supply is more than quantity demanded. Likewise, competition among the sellers, price decreases. That means downward movement on the price. For example, if the price is 2, demand greater than supply, quantity demand greater than quantity supply. So, demand is more than supply, competition among the consumers, price rises, that is upward. Impact on price is upward. If the price is 1, quantity demand is more than quantity supply. Same situation. Quantity demand is more than quantity supply. Competition among the consumers. Price rises. That is upward. Impact on price is upward. So if the price is 3, quantity demand is 19, quantity supply is 19, quantity demand is equal to quantity supply. This is called equilibrium price. This is called rupees 3 is called equilibrium price. 19 is called equilibrium quantity. The market is in equilibrium. If we observe the diagram, so draw L shape, mark Y, O, X. Price is measured on Y axis, quantity is measured on X axis. DD demand curve slopes downwards from left to right. SS is the supply curve, slopes upwards from left to right. Both intersect at point E. E is called equilibrium point. So their price is determined, that price is called equilibrium price. Their quantity is determined, that quantity is called equilibrium quantity. At this price, both buyers and sellers are satisfied. This price is also called market clearing price. Market clearing price. This is called equilibrium price. So now let us examine market equilibrium and social efficiency. Market equilibrium and social efficiency. Social efficiency represents net gains to the society. Net gains to society from all exchanges made in a particular market. Social efficiency represents net gains to society from all exchanges made in a particular market. So, in that social efficiency, there are two components. It includes two components. One is consumer surplus, another one is producer surplus. Social efficiency consisting of consumer surplus and producer surplus. So now let us examine consumer surplus. Consumer surplus, it is the welfare gain to the buyer participated in the market. It is the benefit to the buyer when participated in the market. It is the welfare gain to the buyer participated in the market. So net gains to consumer or consumer surplus is equal to what a consumer is ready to pay minus what he actually pays. That means net gains to consumer or consumer surplus is equal to buyer's willingness to pay minus actual price he pays. That means willing price minus actual price. Willing price minus actual price. That is called consumer surplus. It is the area below the demand curve and above the price line. It is the area below the demand curve and below the demand curve above the price line. This triangle is called consumer surplus. Next, producer surplus. It is the welfare gain to the producer participated in the market. Producer surplus is the welfare gain to the producer participated in the market. That is called producer surplus. So selling price is more than minimum price. Selling price is more than minimum price. That is called producer surplus. That means so net gains to producer or producer surplus is equal to market price minus seller's willing price. Market price minus seller's willing price. It is the area above the supply curve and below the price line. Above the supply curve and below the price line. This area is called, this triangle is called producer surplus. Producer surplus. So if we observe this diagram, in this diagram there is a consumer surplus, there is a producer surplus. Just observe. So draw L shape, mark YOX, DD demand curve, SS supply curve, E is the equilibrium point, OP is the equilibrium price, OQ is the equilibrium quantity. So this area is called consumer surplus. Net gains to the buyer participated in the market. Consumer surplus is equal to willing price minus actual price. What a consumer is ready to pay minus what he actually pays. That is called consumer surplus. Area below the demand curve and above the price line is called consumer surplus. Next, so producer surplus. So net gains to the producer participated in the market. That is called producer surplus. Producer surplus is equal to market price minus seller's willing price. It is the area above the supply curve, below the price line. This triangle is called producer surplus. So now if we observe this diagram, below OQ, there is a consumer surplus, there is a producer surplus. Below OQ, there is a consumer surplus, there is a producer surplus. So willing price greater than actual price, consumer surplus. So market price greater than selling price, there is a producer surplus. Below OQ or before OQ, there is a both consumer surplus and producer surplus. At OQ, market is in equilibrium at market clearing price. So at OQ, so demand and supply both are intersected point E is equilibrium point. The market is in equilibrium with market clearing price or equilibrium price. This is something the information regarding so market equilibrium and social efficiency. So thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe and comment.